Hello, welcome to this quick update for the US and parts of Canada. So we are making this very early to warn about some dangerous rainfall that might occur in parts of the south today. So we have until 12 see that's light risk there, but day one for Saturday today we have a high risk of excessive rainfall in parts of southwest and central Louisiana there. So at least 70% chance of exceeding flash flood guidance within 25 miles of a given point. So please be careful in those areas. We have there a stalled front. They'll drop some very big amounts of rain. In those areas of Louisiana, they're more saturated already, the soils and everything. So please be careful. You can see like later this afternoon and tonight that heavy rain there. And today in the morning during the day it's not showing much on the her, but it shows later this evening and tonight some very heavy rain from that front there. So please be careful. And now like the total precipitation from the her. Let's see if it has like here. So that there's a simulated satellite. This is very cool. You have the front there, especially later today, and that system in the northwest, as you can see, a bunch of clouds there, and we have that low pressure spin like in the plains, and will bring more rain to like Canada and the eastern U.S. So let's see if they have here like in windy maybe some rain accumulation from the her. So today's Saturday, I'll put it until Sunday. So in parts of central Louisiana, the her has like almost 12 inches just in the next day and 12 hours. So let's just put next 24 hours. The her has reports of 11 to 12 inches in central Louisiana there, plus like some other parts further north, maybe near Mississippi, closer to almost 4 inches, and southeastern Texas it has like 6 to 7 inches just in the next 24 hours. So please be careful, especially in those parts of Louisiana. Mainly from this afternoon to tomorrow morning. Be careful with flash flooding and more like river flooding, flash flooding, and maybe some urban flooding, because this is a lot of rain in a very short amount of time. So quantitative precipitation for Saturday to Sunday today, they do have here close to 5 inches in some spots of central Louisiana there. So yeah, day two still shows some rain, but nothing crazy. More the northwest and the east. Day three, some the northwest. Day four, day five, especially Washington, Oregon, California. Day six, more in the northeast. We are watching a system there later next week. And day seven, somewhere near the west. So day one for 7. This many all today, tonight into Sunday, there in Louisiana. They have reports of 5 inches, and the her had almost 12 inches. So yeah, please be careful those areas. And let's see, this is very interesting too. So be careful there. And in terms of severe weather, nothing really crazy. There's the marginal risk until 12C, but actually like day one shows just a general risk of storms there. There might be more thunderstorms in those areas, but no real severe weather expected. It's mainly the flooding threat. Day two doesn't show anything crazy, just some storms in South Florida and central US, and day three, maybe the northwest, a storm or two in the southeast. So be aware, but nothing crazy in terms of that. The dangerous thing is the flooding today, so stay safe. Monitor the flash flood warnings and everything. There's a link in the description called severe weather alerts. They have the flash flood warnings, and stay safe from flooding there. Now we will still have the high probabilities of snowfall today, mainly like not high but moderately high. Parts of Colorado still a snow or two in the north there, and higher in parts of Canada there. Then Sunday shows still a snow or two in the Rockies. Next Monday, northern Washington shows more. Next Tuesday, a lot there in parts of southwestern Canada, more in the northwest, especially Washington. And later, next Tuesday to next Wednesday, more across the northwest, more snow there. So be aware those areas. But now here there's something interesting. So that there's like Raphael there in the Gulf, and the moisture is kind of attached to that front. They'll cause the heavy rain today, and the moisture will go east there. Some snow there in Quebec and Ontario, and it goes there. The rest of Raphael into the western Gulf, so some rain for Mexico. But later next week, like this is November 19th, the GFS does have an interesting system, like in Atlantic Canada with some more rain and snow there. And then later, even later after that, it has more systems on the Pacific and some more like in the Great Lakes, some areas. But that's the end of November. All right, let's see like the European, if it has something interesting. So it does have those systems, uh, that front that will cause the rain in Louisiana today, moving east, more rain to the northeast and parts of eastern Canada, November 10th through like the 12th, and then later doesn't have nothing that crazy, but there was a run from yesterday, I think it was from the GFS, that had like, let's see, it had some crazy systems there, yeah, but it was a different one, I think. Like the 18Z showed rain and snow. So here showed those systems in Canada there, central Canada on the 14th, more snow and stuff. But it did show this interesting northeastern possible, like November 21st or something. There was some models indicating a system going up the coast there, maybe more snow and stuff until the end of November. So we'll watch that, but nothing certain. Those models might need some time to adjust still. But like the snow accumulation from the European all the way to the 18th, it does have some more snow in New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, but yeah, nothing else further south. But it's heavier across the west in the mountains. Even in Arizona, this one has a little bit more. Most of central Canada has more snow, but the GFS until the 18th, it has some snow in the northeast, uh, like on uh, mid of this month or something, like on the 17th, 16th, has some snow right by the 15th, 14th, yeah, mainly from next Thursday and onwards. There's the icon as well. The icon barely has anything there until the 15th. But yeah, so we'll keep monitoring that, and if we see any signs of that storm, we'll make more videos. But for now, let's just focus on on the heavy rain and flooding threats today. So please be careful in those areas. Let's see if they have anything. They have some flood watches there, right? Red flag warnings, northern, not northern, but like northeast parts of Massachusetts and Connecticut. There's a elevated risk of fire spread there today. So be aware. Some slightly gusty winds and dry conditions. Frost advisories northeastern, northwestern California, even a freeze watch in southern California, and they have a freezing fog advisory northern New Mexico, mainly this morning, and so freeze warnings western Texas, southeastern New Mexico there. So be aware in those areas, and yeah, but especially in Louisiana and southeastern Texas. So the next few days, they choose still only a marginal risk for the rest of that front, a margin in the northwest. Day 3, a margin in the northwest on the Gulf. Day 4, mainly in the northwest on those systems, and day 5 there in the northwest. So a lot of rain and Pacific systems there. Be aware. Day 1 to 7 precipitation shows upwards of 6 inches, and even 7 inches. Those like those greenish, we have those bright yellow areas are even close to 10 inches there. From the 7-day total, close to 15 inches. So be careful, Washington, those areas, multiple rounds of rainfall. But yeah, of course, the flooding in Louisiana will be more dangerous because that rainfall will be concentrated over 24 hours there, and in the northwest you come along a bunch of days, so it won't be as dangerous as Louisiana, but be aware there too. And let's see if there's anything else. The snowfall probability is some in northern Colorado still, and later in the northwest the rest of this week. But day 7 we start seeing some snow probabilities in eastern Canada next Thursday and Friday, but still doesn't show anything in the northeast. So some models had that northeastern yesterday, but today they aren't showing that much. So if it appears again on the models, we'll show here. But yeah, be careful with this flooding today. In case they have any updates, like something on the severe weather or something added later today, we might make another video this evening if there's major updates. But for now, this mainly it. Be careful with the flooding there. Let's show like the NAM and some other models too for the rainfall accumulation. This is Saturday upwards until early Monday. The name is not as crazy as the her. The name is like northern Louisiana, some 5 inches, 4 or 5 inches, and the icon, the major global models don't show like that much, but they do show like 3 inches or more. The GFS, the European is more onto it. It has like 7 inches to 6 inches in Louisiana. So be careful in those areas. And like if I put this until the 14th, the European also has like more than 7 inches in the northwest through the coast of Oregon, Northern California, and Washington. So be aware. The coast of British Columbia, especially the snow in the mountains, more than 100, 200 millimeters there. So be aware of those systems there. And more rain for parts of eastern Canada and some spots of the northeast there, especially Tennessee, Kentucky, more rain, those areas there. Some in southeastern Florida, some showers, but nothing that crazy. So be aware, snowfall, like I showed before, shows very heavy the mountains of South British Columbia, some 165 centimeters of snow, more there. So be aware if you live in those mountainous areas, some heavier snow. Most of British Columbia have snow, practically the whole state, but shows some central Alberta, more there for northern Saskatchewan, Manitoba, central Ontario, that system crossing there into Quebec. More snow shows more snow across Idaho, the mountains of California, northern Washington. The 5-day total shows always like almost 43 inches of snow. The 7-day total, and more in the Rockies there. So beware in Alaska shows more in eastern Alaska, a little bit of snow in the Aleutian Islands, but mainly there, like in the southern mountains, not as heavy as systems we had a week ago, but it'll be some more snow there. Northern Alaska, some snow showers, a little bit of snow in Yukon, Northwestern Territories, and other areas. So be aware, the wind gusts does show some gusty winds near the Aleutian Islands, assisting the Pacific and near the northeast there. So that there'll be stronger winds throughout Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, especially in Newfoundland. Sunday tomorrow shows some very high gusts. This will be more than 100 km/h gusts. Many parts of northeastern Newfoundland there. So be careful as that goes away. Show some strong gusts in the Great Lakes, southern Ontario, like Monday, northern Michigan, and some other areas. This goes continues in the lakes there. We are Tuesday, show some stronger winds near Maine and New Hampshire. Some a little bit gusty in Pennsylvania, New York too, and the system continues in Quebec, some gusty winds, and into Nova Scotia again, and you found there next Wednesday, the 13th. So beware, next Thursday this goes there, showing more strong winds next Friday the 15th near Newfoundland and Nova Scotia, especially Newfoundland. Also some gusty winds near like Pennsylvania, New York, and New Hampshire, some areas. But that's a week out, so yeah. But another interesting thing that might happen, so like let's see here. So later next week we have some indications of some colder temperatures, maybe coming a little bit further south. So this is today Saturday. As you can see, the very cold temperatures northern Canada there. Then goes next Wednesday, Thursday, and does show a little bit slightly below average there. And that next Thursday, but especially like uh, that next Friday, Saturday doesn't show anything that crazy, but there'll be some a little bit colder temperatures. This is the GFS, shows through there some more, but let's see here if there's anything interesting. So this is now some above average temperatures in the southeast still, and then does have maybe a little bit below average by the end of next week, and the GFS on the end of November has really crazy stuff there. So we'll watch that, but that's too far out to determine if it will happen or not. There's the European. It has some slightly below average in some areas, but more mainly across the west there. So yeah, be aware, but nothing that crazy. So here shows, uh, because like next Friday morning or the 15th might go down to like some 50s Fahrenheit in northern Florida, 61 Fahrenheit, some 47 some areas in the 30s like Pennsylvania, West Virginia, especially in the north there, but like 50s Fahrenheit in the southeast hasn't happened in a long time, so it'll be a slight drop, but during the day it'll warm up again to like some high 70s. But the next morning, like next Saturday the 16th, a week from now, shows still some 50s Fahrenheit, 60s Fahrenheit, and more much colder there in the northeast and the west. And earlier this next week still shows those very cold temperatures in the mountains of the west there, some 20s Fahrenheit and even less. The European model too, like Sunday tomorrow, some 11 Fahrenheit, some areas. If you're checking closer, some mountain peaks close to 1 Fahrenheit, 8, 11 Fahrenheit. So be aware, still warmer in the southeast, but like as you can see that front a little bit below average temperatures approaches later next week. Some 70s ahead of the front, some 60s behind it, and then this comes down, and like next Wednesday the 13th, some 60s in the southeast, 50s in South Carolina, some 40s in North Carolina, right? It shows Wednesday, uh, mainly next Thursday the 14th, so like 50s northern Florida, 40s in north area, but still warm during the day, some higher 70s across the south, even 2A is in southern Texas, and this goes there. Next Friday the 15th shows those even low 50s northern Florida, so far is in Georgia and those areas there. So be aware, and that's will be kind of refreshing for the southeast because it has been so hot there. And let's see, in Canada we still have those very cold temperatures, like especially during the night, northern Canada, those minus 20 Celsius in some areas, minus 15. It's cold still in eastern Canada. Some areas, this is Sunday morning, tomorrow, and then like Monday shows some minus 3, 0 degrees, minus 4, many areas, some minus 9 degrees, minus 23 in the northern part of northwestern territories in Nunavut all the way to minus 29 degrees Celsius. So be careful there. And also central Canada, many areas, including the U.S. and the Rockies, beware like frost and wind chills. That wind chills are like the feels like temperatures that will feel colder than the actual temperatures, especially if there's strong wind. And yeah, so be aware. Shows the colder temperature next Monday. Next Tuesday shows way down to central Ontario. Those colder temperatures in the north still minus 28. In Nunavut minus 29. So yeah, not in Yukon cold as well. Most of British Columbia, like Alberta and Saskatchewan, shows a spot above like freezing, so 9 degrees, a little bit warmer, 10 degrees, but during the day so like 6 to 9 degrees. But later in the next week it will come down again. So minus 3, minus 2. It's showing colder in Labrador and Quebec there. So minus 13 and some areas all the way into like the northeast, West Virginia and those areas, especially like New England and New York. Some colder temperatures next Wednesday in the northeast shows like yeah, even some parts of northern Manitoba next Thursday, so minus 22 by minus 23. Some areas a little bit less cold in the south, but shows those very cold temperatures there. So be aware, this is Yukon next Thursday, shows all the way to minus 34 degrees Celsius. Very hard freeze, so be careful there. In Alaska, maybe like negative 15 Fahrenheit, minus 14 Fahrenheit, some 20s teens, so be aware in Alaska too. Southeast and Alaska, a little bit less cold, so some 30s, 40s Fahrenheit, but very cold in those other areas. So beware now, yeah, these are children, and be aware, but stay safe with the flooding there, and we'll make more, more updates for the winter weather stuff when we have more information. But stay safe with the flooding, and